Well, trying to time interest rate rises or drops is just one of the challenges of running a central bank. But increasingly, they're becoming the target of attacks from political leaders. And there's concern this threatens their cherished independence. Our business correspondent, Owen Fairclough, explains why.
From Frankfurt to London to Washington, central banks are under siege.
And we have a Fed that's doing political things. This Janet Yellen of the Fed is doing political by keeping the interest rates at this level.
Other Republicans have claimed the Fed chief is cozy with the Obama administration, keeping interest rates low to help the US president's popularity. She denies it.
The Federal Reserve is not politically compromised. We do not discuss politics in our meetings.
Central banks like the Federal Reserve are used to being criticized by investors. After all, raising and lowering interest rates always makes someone unhappy. But they're sensitive to attacks from political leaders. That's because the concept of an independent central bank is that it's free from political interference, so it can concentrate solely on meeting its economic objectives. For the Fed, that's achieving full employment and making sure inflation isn't too high or too low. There's a similar debate brewing in Britain. Prime Minister Theresa May's suggestion that zero interest rates were hurting savers was considered critical of the Bank of England. Governor Mark Carney has been accused of overestimating the impact of Brexit and slashing interest rates, even though the economy proved resilient. Zero interest rates have also put the European Central Bank on the defensive, from German politicians who think they contributed to Deutsche Bank's financial crisis.
I don't share this view, and in fact you said why. If a bank represents a systemic threat for the Eurozone, this cannot be because of low interest rates. It has to do with other reasons.
The conflict isn't likely to end soon. Next month, the Fed will meet to decide whether or not to raise interest rates, just over a week before voters decide if its chief antagonist, Donald Trump, should be their president. Owen Fairclough, CCTV, Washington.